Today I'm in Cappadocia,
where we'll be seeing what it's like to stay in a $40 cave hotel versus a $400 luxury hotel.
People come here to see the stunning nature, check out the hot air balloons, and well, just take it easy. In fact, I've been told that the majority of hot air balloons in the world are flown right here every day. And in my mind, that would mean that more than 50% of hot air balloons flown on any given day anywhere in the world are flown right here. But that's not the case at all, and there are 0 hot air balloons flying here today. I mean, look at the weather. But the thing a lot of people don't know about Cappadocia is that it can be a really cheap place to visit. But it can also be a super expensive place to visit. Everything just depends on what you do and where you stay. But I want to get the best of both worlds, and I've got a few nights to do it. So instead of just booking a cheap hotel and saving all my hard-earned cash, or going all out and spending the big bucks for all my nights here, I'm doing both. First, I'll be staying at the absolute cheapest but still decent looking hotel here in Cappadocia. It's a cave hotel that costs $40 a night with breakfast. And then for my second stay here, I'll be taking all that money I saved and blowing it on a $400 a night stay at Argos in Cappadocia. Actually, it usually costs more like $600 a night, but I took some of my own hotel tips and I was able to book it for a little bit less by booking early. But $400 or $600, it doesn't really matter, because after my stay, I will be broke and possibly bankrupt, so I really hope you enjoy this video.
But let's take a look at what $40 gets you in Cappadocia. There are really a lot of these cave hotels all around Cappadocia. And since people have been sleeping in caves in Cappadocia for about 3,000 years, I thought they'd probably have it figured out by now. And it turned out that the town of Göreme had the biggest selection of cave hotels available. Plus, since Kayatas Cave Suites had the best deal, I went for it.
But it turns out 40 bucks gets you a whole lot over here in Cappadocia.
But what it apparently doesn't get you is a night in a cave suite. Or at least a night in a cave suite that's actually in a cave. At least I didn't get one. When booking, I selected the cheapest standard double or twin room, and in the details it explains that rooms are designed as cave or stone rooms. So while Kayatas Cave Suites may use the word cave in its name, it doesn't necessarily mean they only have caves.
Real rock.
But the room was actually pretty cool.
I mean, where else have you stayed in a place like this?
The bed was really comfy, though it'd probably be too hard for many. And I don't know if the owner was just looking to make a sequel to Snakes on a Plane with snakes in a hotel room, but the massive stone carvings definitely dominated the room. And there was a nice little nook with a tea kettle, which would have been the perfect place to sit down. But there were absolutely no chairs inside of the room. In fact, there was basically no furniture in the room and nowhere to store luggage. But to make up for the lack of furniture, there were plenty of cats.
But there is kind of a nice place to sit over here on the ground, so at least there's that.
And there's lots of nice outdoor seating, but you can't sit out there too long when it's freezing outside.
And I mean, it's a cave hotel, so it probably shouldn't get too hot in here, but I don't see any air conditioning around.
So on one of those really hot days in summer, the fan might not be enough.
But I guess that's all the more reason there is to get out of the hotel and go check out Cappadocia. And for $40, you even get a bathroom.
And not just any bathroom, but a bathroom with heated floors and shiny marble walls. They might not have quite finished construction on it, but it was pretty nice. And it comes with all the basic amenities too: soap, shampoo, and body wash. And you even get some of those little slippers, though they basically were made out of paper. And as usual, they didn't come in a size big enough to really fit me. I was visiting Cappadocia in March, and it was pretty cold still. So the heated floors in the bathroom were great, and the heating throughout the room was very toasty.
Hot.
Plus the views were pretty awesome, and all guests get access to the roof terrace. And in the end, I was kind of glad I didn't end up in a cave, because it would have meant a lot less to see from my balcony. The really crazy part about this $40 hotel though is that it actually included a full Turkish breakfast for free.
I mean, if this is the $40 hotel, I'm really looking forward to seeing what in the hell they've got at this $400 hotel here.
But first we've got to check out the breakfast.
Turkish bread is real good, and Turkish breakfast often includes over 20 plates. Let's see, so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does butter count as 6? Thanks a lot. So the Turkish breakfast has arrived. Looks like there's some, I don't know what to call them, buns and a little chocolate cake. I think that's sucuk sausage and some kind of spicy sauce. A few vegetables, cheese, some eggs, and something green and maybe, it's not stir fried, I guess it's some kind of salad. So we're at 7 including the butter, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite 20, but for $40 this is pretty alright. And I'm hungry, so the decision was taken to eat the savory stuff first. But you could go sweet first too. It's just a little bit of hot sauce on the egg. That's salty, but not spicy really. Well, for the price, this is a pretty solid hotel breakfast. But it's amazing how you can eat so many dishes so fast. And I'll definitely have to eat lunch after this.
But the central location was really a plus at Kayatas. Within a short walk, there were beautiful hikes, interesting buildings, and tons of businesses. So even when that Turkish breakfast wore off, I could get some great baklava, a much better cup of coffee, and even some traditional Turkish food. And I ended up doing so much outside of the hotel that I'll just have to make another video about it. But now that we know what a $40 hotel looks like here in Cappadocia, let's head over to that $400 hotel and see what spending 10 times more will get us. I'm a bit sad to go, but it's time to go spend $400.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
good. We are leaving.
Okay.
Sadly, it was nice here.
Sadly, yeah.
But our luxury hotel is in the smaller nearby town of Uçhisar, and since the weather is good today, I'm going to hike there. With the path I took, it was about 5 kilometers or 3 miles, and there was some uphill involved. But it was definitely worth doing at least once because I would have missed a ton of amazing views had I stuck to the road. But we've still got a lot of hiking to do. So let's get going. And on the way, there's Pigeon Valley, which has to be the first place I've ever been in my life that's named after a pigeon. And these eyes keep the evil away, which I guess means pigeons. And just as I was wrapping up my enjoyable hike in the outskirts of Uçhisar, things took a turn south when one of the local dogs got hit by a car as I was walking past. These dogs have been walking in the street a lot, and this guy just accidentally hit one. Someone else saw that he hit one. So then, of course, he stopped. Someone was watching. I don't know if he would stop otherwise, but he stopped. And now he seems to be taking the dog somewhere, right? To the vet, or maybe not. And off they go. And there are really a lot of wild dogs around here. It's kind of a sad situation, but this is their home, and it's up to both locals and visitors to be mindful of them. But the beautiful views on this hike are just about everywhere. And I've made it to my $400 hotel. Wait, that's not it. We gotta keep walking a little bit. So after a really long hike, I finally made it over to the $400 hotel, and it's called Argos in Cappadocia. Let's check out the room they gave me. I think you might like it. The bathroom's got a pretty nice marble sink. There's molten brown amenities here. That's pretty cool. Hair dryer, robes. They didn't have any robes at that $40 hotel. Nice heater, but I have to say the $40 hotel also had good heating, including heated floors in the bathroom. But I've got my shoes off, breaking Turkish rule number 1, so I don't know if the floor is heated here or not. Nice shower, more molten brown amenities, and that roof is kind of cool. By the way, this hotel happens to be in like a 2,000-year-old monastery. I wasn't told any history about the $40 cave hotel, but I don't think it was in a 2,000-year-old monastery. And of course they do have a toilet. Looks pretty good to me. Let's open it up. Looks solid, and in true Turkish style, they have that nice squirting bidet thing. And there's even a little window for, you know, when the smells aren't that great in the bathroom. But okay, that's just the bathroom. I don't think it's worth $400 yet, but let's see the rest of the room. This bed looks solid. Let's see how firm it is. The bed here is definitely softer than in the first hotel. Wow, and they include a free little notebook to write in. That's kind of cool. Huh. I just love free things. Plus there's a fireplace, and they'll even come and light it for you. I mean, I like fireplaces a lot, but it takes a while to light them, so the fact that they'll come light it for me, well, that's kind of cool. Of course, there's a place to store your luggage. I just put my Osprey bag right here.
And coffee, tea, and mineral water are free. Well, okay, they're $400, but you know, after that, they're included. Oh, and wine is also free. Interesting. Free fruit. This seems to be a trend here, free stuff here. And the heating in the room seems to be working pretty well too. That is really hot. And this room just smells really nice. That $40 hotel, they didn't have any incense in the room like that. Wait, and they recycle? But let's see what's in here. There's a minibar, but that's not included. For $400 in Türkiye, I would think it might be included. But okay, you've got to take what you can get. There's some nice flowers. Those are real flowers, by the way. And lavender. Ah, and there's a nice chair here. That's pretty comfy. The last room didn't even have a chair. That's got to be worth at least $40. I've got to say, I'm liking the $400 hotel a little bit more than the $40 hotel. But you know, that is $360 in price difference we're talking about. But actually, it's not that simple. I pay with my American Express card using the Fine Hotels and Resorts program, so I actually got $200 off. Plus, in addition to those $200 I got off the hotel stay, they added a $100 dining credit that I can use at both of the restaurants here. So out of the $400 that I originally paid for this luxury hotel, 300 of those dollars kind of just came right back to me. Well, at least 200 of them came back right in the form of cash, and then another 100 in the form of eating. But then there's all the other nice touches and free stuff that they've got at this luxury hotel, so I think that they're basically paying me to stay here. And I didn't even show you all of the room yet. You guessed it, there's a balcony with an amazing view that you just can't get anywhere else in the world. So you know I'm going to be chilling out lounging here and looking at that mountain. But now that we've seen the room, let's go over and see what lunch is like at one of the restaurants here. Hello, we would like a table for two for lunch.
Of course. Let me show you, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
The end of the
Beautiful. Hi, thanks. Good, how are you doing? The restaurants they've got aren't too shabby either. And with the $100 credit you get, you could easily cover 2 meals. Since only the Seki restaurant is open for lunch, I headed over here and had a nice little lunch. The staff was just as great as everywhere else in the hotel I had been so far. And they pointed me in the direction of ordering a few local specialties that I hadn't tried yet. Although I might not come here as a paying guest if I didn't have a dining credit, the food was solid. Another local specialty. Plus, after eating, I still had more than enough of my $100 credit left for dinner. But it's not just the room and dining that's on point at Argos. They also offer daily tours of their grounds, and I made it out of lunch just in time to join the tour. The grounds feature the largest wine cellar in Cappadocia, dozens of historical buildings, and a private section of a massive underground tunnel. It goes for 5 kilometers further. So I'm really happy that I was able to take the tour because otherwise I would have just missed all of that. And although the location wasn't central like Kayatas and Göreme, there was a lot to do within the hotel grounds. Plus, Uchisar is home to a massive castle.
It's the highest castle in all Cappadocia.
But to keep the focus of our video on these 2 hotels, I'll be covering the castle, the wine cellar, the tunnels, and some other places that aren't even on YouTube at all yet in another video. But since I was still kind of full from lunch after the tour, there was plenty of time to check out the hotel's pool before dinner. Time to go to the pool. The only question left is it warm? It is. It's hot, hot, hot. For the heat. It was amazing, but it's so freaking cold. They could have like an indoor bathroom or something. But it was time for some dinner, so I thought I'd give the other restaurant, Gehita, a try. Dinner started off with some ayran to drink and some homemade butter and cheese accompanied by lavash. And pumpkins are pretty popular in Cappadocia, so I got some pumpkin soup that came beautifully presented. And it was seriously good. Plus my wife and I shared a nice fresh Turkish salad. But lunch had been really filling, so for the main course I decided to go for some hummus with Turkish pastrami, following the meal up with a traditional Turkish chai. And did I mention that it was my birthday? I don't think I did.
It's my birthday.
I didn't tell the hotel either, but they still found out anyway and left me a very nice cake after dinner. And with the full moon rising and days of travel wearing down on me, it was time to head to bed. In the morning, I woke up in time to catch some views before breakfast. And as a part of the Amex benefits, breakfast was also included in the rate that I booked.
And the breakfast buffet they include over here is even more impressive than the dinner or the lunch from yesterday. The only problem is I have no clue what I'm going to eat because there are so many options here.
So when it comes to the $40 hotel versus the $400 hotel here in Cappadocia, the $400 hotel wins hands down. But the $40 hotel was pretty nice too, and it definitely deserves an honorable mention. And hey, second place is not that bad.